comfortable though. Gotta like it now.
We hit the can't-miss spots locals know best, iconic places that define the Seattle experience.
If you live in Seattle, you are likely a 10-minute walk from any park in the city.
Discover the spaces that showcase our city's natural beauty. We'll take you to Seattle's most popular public parks. Savor mouth-watering, uniquely Seattle flavors, Northwest comfort foods you have to try. These stories and more are coming up next on CityStream.
Yay!
Hey everybody, I'm Anthony Monzón, and welcome to CityStream here in Seattle's Pioneer Square neighborhood. Carved out of receding glaciers, the Puget Sound region, which includes Seattle, is believed to have been inhabited for nearly 12,000 years. Over the centuries, Seattle has transformed from a trading post to a portal for immigrants and gold rush hopefuls into the bustling big city we know today. Now, we're home to giants as well as grunge and glass. Time now to be a tour guide or a tourist in our Emerald City. So, how about we start with the most obvious, places to see. Whether you're a lifelong Seattleite or visiting for the very first time, there are some spots in this city that belong on everyone's must-see list. Producer Eric Riddle hit the pavement to show us a few of the iconic places that make Seattle, Seattle.
You are at Pike Place Market, and you're here kind of in the heart of it. August 17th, 1907, so 118 years ago, it was the first day for which farmers lined up on Pike Place and sold directly for the first time to Seattleites and to consumers. And so they brought their horse-drawn wagons full of produce, so fruits and vegetables, and on that very first day, and that was what started what you're experiencing and you can see here today. I think the beauty here is its true community. It's an ecosystem of incredible delight. We have 90+ farmers. We also have a significant part of our population are handmade artisans and craftspeople. If you have not been to the market in a while, there is more to see. And we really, in many ways, have another new front door, and that is heading from the waterfront up the Overlook Walk, and then really stepping into the market in a new way. When folks find themselves here, and there is so much to see, there's so much to enjoy, there's so much to taste. There's absolutely nothing like Pike Place Market in the world.
We are currently at the top of the Space Needle here in Seattle, Washington. It was built in 1962 for the World's Fair. What the Space Needle represented at the time and the World's Fair in general was innovation and hope and technology. When you arrive at the top and those elevator doors open, you are greeted like a big hug from the Pacific Northwest and this amazing view at the top. Back in 2018, we did the Century Project, where we actually peeled away concrete from the building and some wires at the top, and we replaced them with these gorgeous pieces of glass. Each panel is about 2,000 pounds and are made of the strongest glass in the world. One of my favorite parts of being here and being part of the team is walking around and seeing our guests experiencing the Space Needle for the first time. And then there's also this little bit of boldness and courage that is pulled out from all of our guests when they stand on the glass benches.
Okay, you ready?
This is comfortable though.
Yeah.
I gotta like it now.
The Loop is the world's only rotating glass floor of its kind and its size. It can rotate clockwise and counterclockwise. It can also stop, speed up, and slow down. We get 1 million visitors on average from around the world each year. But the hot secret tip is to come early, especially during those summer months when it's clear and the views are amazing. Every time, every experience that you come up to the top of the Space Needle, you're going to find something a little unique and different.
Aviation's been a part of the Northwest for a long, long time, almost since the very beginning. This is the Museum of Flight. It first started in the mid-60s, where a group of people decided they wanted to save some of this Northwest aviation history. So they formed a society, this very small space near the Space Needle, and now we're the largest independent air and space museum in the world. This gallery, we call it the Great Gallery, for obvious reasons, because it's pretty great. It's a look at maybe the first 100 years of flight, everything from the Wright brothers' first flyer to things like this Lockheed Blackbird from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We have one whole building that's dedicated to World War I and World War II fighter aircraft and the story of those wars. We have a building across the street that is more or less dedicated to the story of the space shuttle. The space shuttle trainer, that's something that you can't see anywhere else. NASA only made one of them like this. It was used to train every single person that flew on the space shuttle. And then next to it, which used to be just an open space we called the air park, that's been covered, so that's a 3-acre pavilion. That's where we keep all the large airplanes. We've got the very first Air Force One jet. That dates back to the late 1950s with President Eisenhower, and it went on for several presidents after that. Concorde is here. Its last flight was from New York to Seattle. Along the way, it set a speed record for crossing that distance. You don't have to be an aviation or space geek or enthusiast to appreciate it, because there's so many different shapes, so many ways of looking at this whole problem and challenge of flight.
We are at the Olympic Sculpture Park, one of 3 sites of the Seattle Art Museum. This site was designed and imagined, dreamed up to be a museum without walls, a collaboration between Seattle Art Museum and the Trust for Public Land to purchase an abandoned, toxic brownfield and to remediate it to create this beautiful, accessible green space full of art. It's 9 acres of 4 different natural zones with over 20 artworks throughout the park. The artists that you'll find at the park represent national and international scope. Really incredible artists that you can see for free 365 days a year. One of the most iconic works at the Sculpture Park is Alexander Calder's Eagle, which soars up into the sky in its signature Calder red. Almost every sculpture that you see at the Sculpture Park is a permanent part of the park and is part of the Seattle Art Museum's permanent collection. The exception to that right now is Ai Weiwei's Zodiac heads, which we are very happy to have installed through October 2027. What really makes this park special is the intersection, the marriage between the urban environment and the natural environment, as well as that marriage between art and landscape. It really encompasses a little bit of everything. You get these gorgeous views, you get the nature experience and the art experience all at once. Seattle's mission is to connect art to life, and nowhere is that more in evidence than at the Olympic Sculpture Park. It's an integrated part of the urban landscape and of the community around it.
It's the place to come to discover our city. You're at the Museum of History and Industry here in Seattle, Washington. About 60 years ago, people got together and said, hey, this is a fast-changing city, but let's hold on to some of our good things. Let's hold on to the character that made us strong, to the values that we hold dear. Let's have a museum that really celebrates what's special about Seattle. And the Museum of History and Industry is born. Even if you've lived here a lifetime, you're going to find something new. But some of the favorite artifacts are the very first commercial airplane that Boeing ever built. You can see Slow-Mo 4, which old-timers will remember was the hydroplane that set the world's water speed record. It's It's a great place during the summer especially to bring your out-of-town visitors. You know, they've landed in this beautiful city, maybe for the first time. Start your visit right here at Mohi. It's so much fun to share it, to share special surprises, to share longtime favorites, to really remind people about why this is a great community and why we're so proud to call Seattle home.
There are so many other places to explore in Seattle, and even more outside the city limits. If hiking is your thing, we suggest checking out the Washington Trails Association. They have over 4,000 hikes, maps, and apps, as well as reviews. Whether you're a novice or seasoned, it's a great resource for exploring our region's natural beauty. For more information, you can go to their webpage at WTA.org. These spaces won't just take your breath away, they'll also tell the story of our city. We'll show you our picture-perfect parks when we come back.
We are the everyday storytellers of this great city. We are Seattle Channel, a gateway to everything Seattle. The intersection between government, culture, news, and the ever-unfolding story of the city we call home. So follow your curiosity and come explore Seattle with us. Seattle Channel.
Welcome back to CityStream from the vibrant northern end of Waterfront Park. You know, Seattle's public parks are some of the most beautiful in the country, and the best part, they're free to explore. Producer Eric Riddle shows us the spaces that help tell the story of our city.
Seattle's parks are at the heart of our city. They bring people together in the most joyful of ways. One of our pride moments in Seattle Parks and Recreation is that if you live in Seattle, you are likely a 10-minute walk from any park in the city. Today we're at Cary Park in Queen Anne, and it is one of the parks with the most iconic Seattle views. This park was given to Seattle Parks and Recreation in 1927 from the Cary family. Behind me you can see the Space Needle. We're overlooking Elliott Bay. We've got Climate Pledge in the arena downstairs and downtown Seattle in the background. I think we're actually catching this on such a Seattle day with the moody clouds up above, but everyone comes here. If you have friends that are visiting you, you bring them here. If you're proposing to your partner or maybe having a wedding, you come here. It's just the staple of our city. Another hill over is one of our other staples in our park system. In the Magnolia community, it's Discovery Park. Historically, Discovery Park was an old military base, and so it was handed over to Seattle Parks and Recreation, and as you walk the grounds, you can still see those old buildings and those old areas of which folks would have frequented during that time. Discovery Park is unique because it's our largest park in our system. It has 560 acres, it has meadows, it has bluff views of both the Olympics and the Cascades. The Discovery Park Lighthouse is also an incredible component to visit. It was built in 1881. It was the first manned lighthouse in the Puget Sound. Washington Park Arboretum is a gorgeous oasis along Lake Washington. It spans 230 acres, bursting with unique and beautiful living collections that you'll find nowhere else but the Pacific Northwest. And then at the south, you have the stunning Japanese garden, 3.5 acres, urban sanctuary. You're still centrally in the city, and yet you can go and wander these paths with these beautiful trees, and if you catch them in the fall, they're changing colors, and it's gorgeous. Another incredible spot for family photos to be taken. It's beautiful. It's just something to take in. Over in West Seattle, we have Alki Beach. Historically speaking, this beach is one of the birthplaces of Seattle, where the Denny Party landed. It is the place to be in the summer. You have long, sprawling walking paths, families walking with strollers, marathons and joggers that go up and down. You can enjoy the beach. You can jump on a beach volleyball court with an unrivaled view. Feel free to grab lunch at one of the many eateries or restaurants along Alki Ave. Use the bathhouse for a wedding. There's simply so much to enjoy in West Seattle at Alki Beach. In South Seattle, just over the hill from Columbia City, we have Seward Park. The Salish people lived in the area for at least 4,000 years, and likely much longer. They call themselves the Lake People. Seward Park is named after William Seward, the U.S. Secretary of State. He was known for the negotiation of the Alaska Purchase. And the park was actually designed by the Olmsted Brothers, the renowned landscape architecture firm that has their handprint on many parks across Seattle, but also across America. It sits along the shores of Lake Washington, and the 2.5-mile walking path around it is open to bikers, runners, visitors. The 300-acre park contains roughly 100 acres of surviving old-growth forest, with trees older than 250 years old. You can take a detour and get lost for hours in the peacefulness of the forest. You can go swimming in one of the many beaches. You can take your kids to the playground. Seattle parks have so much to offer to everyone. We just are so lucky to live in this city, to have the nearly 500 parks that we can access. Get out into those parks. They're there for your enjoyment. They're there to bring you and your friends together.
Like Lisa mentioned, the city of Seattle has over 500 parks to pick from, some big, some small. If you'd like to explore more of our parks and open spaces, go to the Seattle Parks and Recreation webpage at seattle.gov/parks. You know, incidentally, we're actually standing in the Overlook Walk section, part of the new pedestrian link to the market. Officially opened in the fall of 2025, Waterfront Park is a 20-acre stretch of urban green space running from Belltown to Pioneer Square along Elliott Bay. It's been celebrated as the city's biggest civic achievement since the 1962 World's Fair and was built on the former footprint of the now demolished Alaskan Way Viaduct. Some of its standout features include 9 public art installations, play areas, a scenic promenade, and protected bike lanes running the length of the public space. Waterfront Park is already collecting awards too, taking home the 2025 Outstanding New Park Project from World Urban Parks. Not bad for a place that used to be a highway. Up next, we'll take you to some of Seattle's essential eats. Hope you brought your appetite and maybe a to-go box. Welcome back to CityStream from Seattle's SoDo neighborhood, otherwise known as our Stadium District. This next segment is probably the touchiest of the show because everyone has an opinion. We're talking about food. We asked former Seattle PI food editor and cookbook author Xiao Ching Chow to pick out some of Seattle's essential eats.
People always ask me what my favorite Chinese restaurant is in Seattle, and the answer is always, it depends on your mood. But if you're in Chinatown International District, check out Diamond Bay Restaurant. Diamond Bay specializes in Cantonese cuisine, which you might associate with Hong Kong, and dim sum, which we're having today. We have here, for example, the shrimp dumplings and the soup dumplings. We have egg tarts. and these beautiful little carrots that are wrapped in delicate pastries. What's very famous in Cantonese cuisine are the roasted meats, like this beautiful roasted pig, and some clay pots, which is one of their specialties here. Enough talking, it's time to eat. So good. Those who know me know that I love oysters, especially from Washington waters. And one of the best places to belly up to the oyster bar is right here in Ballard at the Walrus and the Carpenter. Since 2010, Walrus and Carpenter has been the place to be in Ballard. This place is owned by James Beard Award-winning chef Renee Erickson. We have her and her crew to thank for bringing fabulous oysters to the Seattle scene. On the menu today are the Sapphire, Baywater Sweets, cans, Pickering, and Cliff Point. These are briny, they're cold, you have to have them cold. Hit them with a little bit of citrus, and it's perfect. Sorry for slurping on camera, but it's a necessity, and these are fabulous. Come here and belly up to the bar. Pike Place Market is a treasure trove of good food. And one spot that's been building a great following is Hellenica Cultured Creamery. This is not ice cream. It is most definitely not frozen yogurt. It's called cultured gelato. And what makes Hellenica different is that they use Greek cultures, like they do in yogurt, to culture the milk to develop those flavors. And then they add other flavorings to make London fog, or lemon curd, or marionberry. Then my personal favorite is the ube coconut, which is purple yam and coconut. It's not too sweet. And because it's cultured gelato and the way that they make it, it has less fat and less air. So it's like good for you, right? I'm sticking with that. When you're talking about can't miss food spots in Seattle, you gotta hit up our hometown favorite, Dick's Drive-In. This Seattle institution started here in Wallingford back in 1954 by a man named Dick Spady and friends. They wanted to focus on fast service and affordable prices. Back then, a burger set you back 19 cents. The prices have gone up since then, but what hasn't changed is the care they put into their food. Their fries are hand cut, their milkshakes are hand dipped, and their hamburger meat, all from Washington, is fresh and never frozen. I'd like a cheeseburger, fries, and when I moved to Seattle in 2000, I lived a block away from a Dick's Drive-In. So I had Dick's Burgers all the time, and sometimes it was just the fries. It's a simple burger, but delicious, and it's the perfect bite of Seattle. Foodies are always looking for the hot new places, but sometimes you need something quieter. Here on Capitol Hill, you'll find fine dining without stuffiness at Lark. Lark has been around since 2003, and it's been one of my favorite restaurants ever since. James Beard Award-winning chef John Sundstrom has been a huge advocate for local seasonal ingredients. He's taught me so much about sustainability and celebrating farmers. For today's menu, we've got weather vane scallops, wild nettle pea stew, and wild mizuna. I cannot wait to dig in. This is our region in a bite. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tour of Seattle restaurants. Whether you're a local or from out of town, we've got something for everybody. Cheers to you.
That story really only scratches the surface when it comes to Seattle's diverse food scene, but hopefully Shaoqing has given you a few spots to add to your list. One thing's for sure though, there's definitely no shortage of good food here in Seattle. We'll be right back.
Seattle Channel, recipient of the National Association of Telecommunications Officers and Advisors 2025 Overall Excellence Award, the highest honor for a government TV station in the country.
That's all for this episode of CityStream. Again, there are just so many places to explore in and around Seattle, so consider this a jumping off point. If you enjoyed our time together and you'd like to watch more of our award-winning programming, go to seattlechannel.org and search feature shows. I'm Anthony Monzón. Thanks for watching.
Like this? Yeah. Oh,